How's it going, guys? Today we're going to compare the DJI Phantom 4 Pro to a helicopter. But actually not this helicopter, a full-size helicopter. A couple weeks ago I got the opportunity to shoot out of a helicopter at the Fort Lauderdale Air Show. Anyway, so that got me thinking, I have a fairly nice drone. How does it compare to shooting out of a full-size helicopter? So this is by no means an equal comparison because the cost of this drone is less than the actual flight of the helicopter itself, but we're just going to disregard that fact and focus on the aerial cinematography. So the Phantom 4 Pro has a built-in camera that is manufactured by DJI that shoots up to 4K 60. In the helicopter, I was using my Canon 1DX Mark II, which also shoots up to 4K 60. In terms of image sensor, this guy has a 1-inch sensor, whereas the 1DX is a full-frame sensor. Also, this guy has a fixed 24mm lens, which is not distorted, but you can't change it whatsoever. In the helicopter ride, I took up a 70-200 because I wanted to zoom in nice and close, which is something that you really don't see often with drones. So the helicopter does have the advantage in terms of image quality because you can take on basically as large of a camera as you want, whereas on a drone, you are limited to cameras around this size. Now, another interesting point here, this guy has a built-in gimbal to stabilize the camera, and I actually have a DJI Ronin M, which works well with the 1DX, but there was not enough space in the helicopter to operate the full-size Ronin M, so I just had to go handheld and rely on the image stabilization that is built into the lens of the 70-200. This guy has a top speed of around 35 miles per hour, whereas the helicopter has a top speed of 150 miles per hour. Even though this drone is really expensive, it is somewhat disposable, and you can actually fly it in more locations where you would not want a manned helicopter to fly. Also, just in terms of size, this drone fits in a backpack, and DJI even makes some smaller drones that'll fit in your pocket. You can't really fit a full-size helicopter in your pocket along with all of your camera gear, so drone's heavy there as well. So I guess the question now is, if you can buy a fully spec'd out drone for less than the cost of a single helicopter ride, why would you ever choose the helicopter? So this is playing with the idea of diminishing returns, and as quality gets a little bit better, the price grows exponentially. Also, when I was filming on that helicopter, it was during an air show, which is a TFR, no-fly zone. So if you were to fly a drone, which I actually have seen a couple people attempt to fly a drone during an air show, and it does not end well. That is not a good thing. So if you're in a helicopter, you can fly during the air show because you are part of the system. Also, another benefit of the helicopter, you're up there being able to move the camera around in real time instead of being on the ground and having to wait for a radio frequency, and there's always going to be just a little bit of delay, or sometimes you lose connection, and that's really bad. So if you're in a helicopter and you're shooting something moving, you can move and follow it better than if you were trying to do that from on the ground. That's going to be it for this weird comparison here. Hopefully what I was trying to show is that even though helicopter rides are really cool, you can get very, very similar shots with drones such as this one. But if you ever get the chance, it's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to keep it pro.